Body posture is one of the clearest psychological signals humans display without realizing it. Before someone speaks, their body has already begun telling a story. A person who feels defeated often collapses inward. Shoulders drop, movement slow. The head lowers slightly, as if the entire body is retreating. Someone who feels exhausted may appear heavy, unresponsive, almost disconnected from their surroundings. But when a person feels confident, energized, or emotionally elevated, the body expands. The chest opens, gestures become larger, the posture rises. Even without words, we instinctively read these differences. This is because posture is not just physical structure. It is emotional expression made visible. Humans are constantly broadcasting internal states through the way they occupy space. In behavioral psychology, posture is considered a form of nonverbal language that shapes how others interpret us and even how we interpret ourselves. When someone appears withdrawn, we assume sadness or insecurity. When someone moves with looseness and openness, we assume comfort, power, or joy. These signals happen faster than conscious thought. We do not calculate them, we feel them. A raised chin can communicate pride. A tense neck can communicate fear. Restless hands can reveal anxiety. The body becomes a psychological mirror. And because these signals are often unconscious, they are sometimes more honest than spoken language. People can rehearse sentences, but they rarely rehearse posture. That is why small movements, stance, and gesture often reveal what someone is truly experiencing beneath the surface. In daily life, posture becomes a silent biography. It tells others whether someone feels safe or threatened, open or guarded, confident or uncertain. Two people may say the same sentence, but their bodies will reveal entirely different emotional realities. One person may speak calmly, yet their shoulders remain tense, suggesting hidden stress. Another may smile politely, yet their stance leans away, signaling discomfort. This is why body language often carries more psychological truth than verbal expression. Posture is not only about muscles and bones. It is about nervous system states. When the brain senses danger, the body contracts. When the brain senses safety, the body opens. This is deeply biological. The body prepares for defense before the mind has time to explain. That is why posture is often the first signal of emotion. A person who feels socially anxious may unconsciously shrink, taking up less space. A person who feels powerful may unconsciously expand, taking up more space. These patterns shape relationships in subtle ways. People respond to posture automatically. They may not know why they feel uneasy around someone, but their nervous system is reacting to signals. Posture also reflects long-term psychological patterns. Someone who has experienced repeated rejection may develop a habit of closing off physically. Someone who has lived with constant pressure may carry chronic tension in the neck and shoulders. Over time, emotions leave signatures in the body. This is why posture can be seen as emotional memory. The body remembers what the mind tries to forget. Even small gestures can reveal internal states. A tapping foot may reveal impatience. A clenched jaw may reveal anger. A rigid spine may reveal control. And these signals are rarely intentional. They emerge naturally. The body speaks before language edits. This is where behavioral psychology begins. Understanding humans not only through what they say, but through how they move, how they stand, how they occupy space. Because posture is psychological language, Learning to observe it carefully gives you a deeper awareness of human emotion. It helps you see what is happening beneath performance. It helps you understand when someone is relaxed or guarded, when someone is hiding discomfort or showing authentic confidence. Posture is one of the most constant signals in human interaction. It is always present. It is always communicating. And it is always shaping perception. Posture does more than express emotion. It also influences perception. The way you hold yourself shapes how others feel in your presence. Someone who stands with stability and calmness tends to be seen as trustworthy. Someone who appears scattered or collapsed may be judged as uncertain. Even if they are intelligent, body language becomes part of your social identity. And the most powerful part is that posture can be adjusted. When you improve the way you carry yourself, you change the emotional message you send into the world. Behavioral studies show that people respond differently depending on how confident or open someone appears physically. This is why posture matters not only for reading others, but for shaping interactions. If you enter a room with your body closed, others may keep distance. If you enter with openness, people unconsciously relax. Your gestures, stance, and movement rhythm all become part of communication. In daily life, we are constantly interpreting these signals. Who feels safe? Who feels stressed? Who feels strong? Who feels fragile? And by becoming aware of posture, you gain an advantage, not manipulation, but clarity. You begin to understand emotional undercurrents of human behavior. The body is never neutral. Every movement is information. Every stance is a psychological clue. Posture can influence outcomes in social and professional life. In workplaces, posture shapes authority. A person who holds themselves with grounded presence is often perceived as more competent. In relationships, posture shapes intimacy. Someone who leans and communicates openness. Someone who leans away communicates distance. These signals often happen before words. Posture also affects internal emotion. The body does not only express the mind. The body feeds back into the mind. When you sit collapsed, you may feel more tired. When you stand upright, you may feel more alert. This feedback loop is part of embodied psychology. Emotions are not only in the brain, they are in the body. This is why changing posture can sometimes shift mood. Not because posture magically fixes life, but because the nervous system responds to physical states. An open posture signals safety. A closed posture signals defense. Over time, posture becomes a habit, and habits become identity. Many people do not realize how much their body is shaping their emotional experience. They assume feelings come first, but often posture and physiology come first. This is why awareness matters. When you learn to read posture, you become more sensitive to human truth. You notice when someone is performing confidence versus embodying it. You notice when someone smiles but remains tense. You notice when someone says they are fine, but their shoulders say otherwise. This awareness can improve communication, empathy, and understanding. It helps you respond not only to words, but to emotional reality. And when you become aware of your own posture, you gain control over the signals you send. You become intentional. You learn to carry calm instead of tension, openness instead of collapse, presence instead of avoidance. This is not about pretending. It is about alignment. The body is the most immediate psychological instrument we have. It expresses what we feel. It shapes what we experience. And it reveals what others cannot easily hide. Every movement is a clue. Every stance is a message. And when you learn to observe posture carefully, you begin to see the hidden psychology of everyday life.